Hello? Sound check. 1, 2, 1, 2. Alright, let's go.
Welcome to The Good Life with David, where we talk about the goodness of life without turning a blind eye to the things that make it less good. I appreciate you listening to the podcast, and if you have not yet done so, please follow this podcast wherever you're listening. But this is only available on Spotify, Apple Podcast, and Google Podcast. Enjoy today's episode. Things change in life and it changes fast. In most cases, we get left behind. When I was a little bit younger, I wanted to do many things and I urged myself to become an achiever. I shifted my attention from one possible career to another almost instantly, and it's only until recently that I finally decided that I want to become an educator. I want to teach. It turns out it has always been there. Teaching is somewhat innate to me. At least that's what I thought. This passion for teaching and inspiring kids, I know it sounds cliche, but that became the glide path for my future career. When I entered the Philippine Normal University, I was just another confused college kid. I was not even entirely prepared for what specific major I'd take, and I ended up taking physical and health education. And it seems to suit me perfectly, I guess. However, I have to admit that ever since the pandemic started, I slowly lost my passion for teaching. During my first year of taking my major in college, I was excited and full of energy. I get to do what I love and it does not feel like a heavy burden on my back. I was happy with what I do. But again, since the pandemic, everything has turned gray and all the excitement that I used to have vanished swiftly. I am certain that I am not the only one who experiences this. But again, the pandemic made drastic impacts in our lives. And unfortunately, it took away my drive to pursue teaching. But I would still love to practice my degree in the future. But considering what happened to my education, I feel everything but qualified. And yes, I know that there are numerous ways for me to compensate for the insufficiencies caused by the pandemic, but please do understand that it will never be enough. And I don't want to come inside the classroom knowing that I am not fully equipped or prepared to teach my future students. What will I give them? Something that I don't have? I don't think it's possible. And being unsatisfied with your progress and living with the uncertainty of your future is depressing. It keeps me up at night sometimes, and I am torn between doing what I used to love and keeping myself away from it due to the inadequacies that I have. Nevertheless, I am everything but a quitter. I hope. And I know that in the future, I will be able to figure out a way to become excellent in what I do, despite being underqualified for it. But for now, I would like to validate my feelings by acknowledging the fact that I've already lost my passion. It's already gone. I looked forward for college all throughout my life. I think it was visible during the face to face classes that I was almost always energetic, playful, running around the campus, and I always wanted to meet people and make them smile. But again and again, the pandemic took all that away. And it's really unfair that I will not have another shot to experience the entirety of my college life that I was supposed to have. And I won't be getting another chance to experience the solo ceremony, a graduation ball, or even a graduation in PICC. And more than that, I lost my drive for studies as well. But I still comply because I want this to be over already. And this is not just about my education. This is also the same with my passion to shoot and create videos. I even sold my camera because I felt that I was not that creative to pursue that path. There are so many things that I want to mention, but I don't want to sound too dramatic. But I think it's safe to say that the pandemic is such a cruel and unfair thing, right? Now, how about you? What happened to your passion? To the things you used to love doing? What are your ways, maybe, to keep the fire burning or rekindle the fire that was already extinguished? It's quite sad to see people distancing themselves from the things that they used to do happily. And so I hope that you will be able to find your way back to the things that you are passionate about, to the things that make your heart leap in joy, and to the things that you are great at. If you've lost your drive to pursue your passion already, take a breather. But please do not quit on yourself. We will never know our full potential if we stop ultimately. The goal is not to run nonstop without resting. The goal is to get to the finish line, regardless of how long it takes you. You have your own pace, and you are only competing with yourself. So please let me know your thoughts. Let's discuss how we can keep the fire burning. But that is it for me for this episode. I hope you enjoyed the things that we talked about today. Again, this is The Good Life with David, and I hope you have an abundance of everything good. God bless you. Until next time.